Hello, my name is Amanda Verheyen, and I'm a behavioral therapist with Brooklyn Heights Behavioral Associates, or BHBA for short. Today, I will be chatting with you about the DBT Skills Group, which is a core and essential part of comprehensive DBT treatment. The goal of skills training is to learn and refine skills that will help you, the patient, to change behavioral, thinking, and emotional patterns that are associated with problems in living. By changing these problematic behaviors, you will be working on decreasing distress and misery in your life and working towards goals that make a life worth living, as defined by you. Each skills session is broken apart into 4 pieces. The first piece is mindfulness. Mindfulness is central to DBT. It is a chance for you to ground yourself in this very moment and become aware of what's going on internally and externally. The next piece is homework review. Homework review is a chance to share your practice of your skills in your day-to-day life outside of therapy. It's a chance for you all to realize you're not alone, to learn together, and to cheer one another on. Then the third piece, we move into new material. New skills are learned through psychoeducation, discussion, activities, and role plays. There is always room for discussion and sharing thoughts and questions. Lastly, the fourth piece, homework is assigned, which you are expected to complete during the week and come prepared for the week after to review. Homework is really essential here because it helps you to practice these things and make them automatic in your day-to-day life outside of therapy. The skills group is broken up into 4 modules for the adult skills group and 5 modules for the family skills group. Mindfulness teaches us to observe and describe our contexts without assumptions or interpretations, and to participate fully in our lives. Mindfulness also helps us to be effective in the moment. In other words, do what works, to be non-judgmental, and to be one-mindful. So really focus on one thing at a time. The next module is distress tolerance. The distress tolerance skills help us to get through a crisis without making the crisis worse. How often is it that when we're in something really intense, we want to yell, we want to hurt something or someone? Well, often those behaviors only make the situation worse. These skills help us to get through that, to tolerate discomfort, build our own capability in getting through tough stuff. Then we move into interpersonal effectiveness. How many of us have a really hard time asking for what we want or what we need, or maybe stating a limit? Well, these skills really help us to learn how to communicate those things. It can be really, really difficult when we're feeling pretty emotional and when we're with people where there's high stakes to really effectively discuss things. Well, these skills help us do that. The fourth module is emotion regulation. This is where we learn to take control of our emotions. It's not about getting rid of an emotion. Our emotions are truth tellers. They're telling us that something's going on. However, sometimes we feel an emotion so intensely, or maybe not strongly enough, to get our meaning across. So imagine that we're super angry and we yell and we break things. That will probably cause us to damage relationships and probably increase shame and guilt within ourselves. So if we can get that anger down to a place that helps us communicate more effectively, let's say we share a frustration, we share something that we're disappointed in, it won't break that relationship, and it will also maintain our own self-esteem. This is what emotion regulation is all about. It helps us communicate and feel our emotions in an effective way. Last but not least, in the family module, we have walking the middle path, which is all about dialectics. Dialectics is that word that's the beginning of DBT, dialectical behavior therapy. Dialectics is looking at 2 truths at the same time. Sometimes we get super polarized and think that something is all or nothing. It's pretty common actually. However, it can be really liberating to look at the other side and see truth there as well. We don't have to like it, we don't have to approve it, but if we can understand that there's multiple truths in life, we become less polarized and less extreme. This is really helpful when working with other people, especially with families. When you have adolescents who are growing older, are asserting their independence while still living under their parents' roof, thinking dialectically helps to think in a validating way, to understand where the other person's coming from, and to solve problems much more effectively. Each skills session is about 2 hours long. If you're in an adult skills group, there will be about 6 to 8 group members, as well as 2 clinical leaders. In the multifamily group, there will be around 3 to 4 families, as well as 2 clinical leaders. Running through an entire cycle takes about 8 to 10 months. Really, the idea is that you're not in therapy forever, that you bring these skills into your day-to-day life and you work towards those goals worth living. We are so looking forward to having you part of the DBT Skills Group. We will see you soon.